Okay, what? We can't keep doing this again and again. Welcome to Radio Monash. Obviously, we have here with us Diva.
Hello.
Diva, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself? And yeah.
All right. Hi, my name's Diva, and I study at Monash. I'm studying psychology, and I just put out my first song, Ghost, last month, and yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about Ghost and what it was about and your inspirations behind it.
So I wrote Ghost about 2 years ago. It was during my first year, second semester at Monash. And it was just, I was with a very toxic friend group back then. I guess first year problems, everybody has that.
No, it's just you.
See how it is. Never mind.
Anyway, sorry. Please continue.
Right. So yeah, it was just, I was just a part of this friend group which constantly made me feel like I didn't belong, like I wasn't a part of that group. I was a part of it, but I wasn't really there. And I constantly felt like I was a ghost, like I was invisible to them. And that's what the song is about. That I actually went to a party with them. It was someone's birthday party. And then we came back. Well, I came back. I left the party because I was like, I cannot take this toxicity.
Yeah.
And then I came home and I wrote that song on that day because I was super drunk and I was super just sad.
Damn. Yeah. And I heard a couple of your covers and stuff like that, and they sort of have the same what is it, like a lot of the artists that you cover, a lot of the songs that you cover have the same like echoey, melodic, like sort of really vulnerable lyrics to it and stuff like that. Is that what draws you? That's the type of music that you enjoy listening to and enjoy creating? Like, tell us a bit about that.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually a very nice way to put it. Well, someone I really look up to, who's Dean Lewis, I think in one of his interviews he had once said that the more vulnerable you are with your art, the more it connects.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I write songs, I don't know, I just tend to write sad songs. I'm probably depressed. I don't know.
Psychology major.
Yeah, you see, psychology student problems. I guess we're just trying to fix our own issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever I just pick up my guitar, I tend to write a new song, and it's always like I never know where the song is going to until I start writing it.
Yeah.
And it's usually always just sad stuff because yeah, but I like to write what I'm feeling.
Yep.
And then it just happens to be because you're expressing yourself in such a creative way, it tends to become more vulnerable, and that's what really connects actually.
Okay. Yes. Interesting. In terms of that, like, do you find that like you do like the lyrics first, like, because you said like you don't really know where it's going and stuff like that, and it obviously always comes out sad, but like do you start with the lyrics first, or do you go with like basic melodies and stuff like that?
I do both together. What's funny is I usually write on my guitar, and I don't play guitar that well. Like, I've learned guitar on YouTube.
Okay.
But I just like pick up my guitar, like, you know, 4 chords, you're good. You have a capo, you have 4 chords, and then you just strum something, and then something just comes in my head, and like it's like a melody first, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the words just come out. Like, most of the times, most of my songs, it's like at least the chorus is like ready-made. It just comes out.
Oh.
And then I build on that. So I have a ready-made chorus which just comes out of nowhere. It's like a subconscious mind, I guess. I'm not trying to flex. I'm not trying to flex.
No, I'm not thinking you're trying to flex. Sorry. No, it's really.
No, the look you gave me, bro.
The audience can't see that. Let's not judge my look.
No, but yeah, it just happens, and then I go then backwards. So I start working on the verse then and the pre-chorus, and that's how I just finish my songs. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. And I know, like, I think in one of your reels or something, you said that it took you 2 years to finalize this song. Can you tell us a bit about the process? And I also assume, sorry, I didn't really ask this question, but did you have like much musical background? You said you learned the guitar on YouTube. Why did I say "the" so many times? But I know you said you learned guitar on YouTube and stuff like that. Do you have any formal music training, and like how, like, where did you like get, you know?
Right. Okay. I don't remember your first question, but I'll answer the second one first.
Thank you. I don't remember.
It was a 2 years thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The second question, I'll answer that first, right?
Yeah.
So, about my musical background. Well, my dad's a drummer, and actually, the first concert I've ever attended was actually my dad performing.
Oh, that's pretty sick, honestly.
It's really cute. Yeah. Like I still remember like 4-year-old me just going for like with my mom. Like, yeah. I probably hated it back then because I used to get bored, but okay.
What type of music did your dad play?
He's a drummer, so he used to. Back then, he was actually in a French band.
Oh, cute.
And then he used to play like rock and stuff back then.
yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was a really good experience. Like, and then his whole side of the family, my dad's side of the family, majority of them are singers as well.
Oh.
So I was kind of born with some ingrown talent.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of. It just came to me, and
yeah.
and then, but like I was never born a drummer. Like, I mean, I guess my parents were trying to get me into drums first.
Yeah.
But nah. And then my mom put me into music appreciation classes. It was like this, you know those baby things. They just chuck you in like piano classes and stuff as like
But
when
it's
you're
not.
3.
But it's not a piano class. It's a baby. Wait, sorry.
It was like a piano class, but it was like more music appreciation. It's like they're playing a song and then you just hit one key, and like.
Interesting. I need to go back and Google this. Oh.
Yeah, I was like 3, so
Okay. Yeah.
it was like a baby thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, I continued a little bit with piano classes, but I didn't really like it because the thing about music classes are that you do 1 song or 2 songs for the whole year.
Yeah.
Because then you give exams.
Yeah.
And I only gave it till the first exam because I was like, I cannot do the same song over and over again.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So I just picked up piano myself, and then later on when I was 16, I just picked up guitar from YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my music background.
Yeah. And was like music like sort of like an outlet for you, like growing up, like after you picked up guitar? Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it like to express myself.
Yeah, because a lot of your I've obviously heard one of your stuff, but like a lot of your covers and stuff feels like you're just really just sitting in your feels and sort of like trying to express that. Was that the reason why you started, playing with the guitar, which is a more, I heard, not that I would know, like a more like versatile instrument to sort of like work with?
I don't think I was really thinking that much back then.
Okay.
But like when I was 16 is when I properly started writing songs, kind of. I used to suck at it. Like when I say I used to suck at it, I used to actually cry about how I cannot write lyrics. I'm like, I can do everything, but I cannot write lyrics.
Okay.
And then I guess it just happened suddenly. It's like you just keep at it. But yeah, what was your question again? I don't think I answered that.
I don't remember. I'm so bad at this. Next time I should keep track of my but I am interested to know, have you thought about ever doing it formally, like music as like a formal, have you ever thought about getting formal sort of training in terms of music to sort of like help with your, writing, as you said just now, and sort of like your musical expressions?
I feel like if you asked me this question last year, I would say yes. Yeah. But now, honestly, because I'm not like super like, I feel like the more, I don't know how to say this, but like I feel like because I'm not perfect, I'm not like, nobody is perfect, but like what I'm trying to say is like, if the more you suck, the more creative you are, because then you don't know where the song's gonna go.
Yeah,
it's like if I know that after a C major, a D major is gonna come, for example. Yeah, then I feel like I'm gonna stick to that particular pattern. Like I'm gonna it's like gonna be like math. It's like you're gonna compound stuff and you're gonna write stuff based on a technique. Yep. But because I don't have a technique, I'm just letting stuff flow. Yep. And I'm just being more creative that way.
Right. So you think that like if you get any like formal like education and stuff like that, it would sort of stifle your creative processes?
I feel so, because if you think about it in like, for example, instruments, right? Like for piano, for example. Yeah. Majority of the people who've like learned till grade 8, well, I'm not saying this for everybody, but like whoever I've seen at least, they like try to stick to a script. For example, it's like you have a sheet music and then you play it exactly as that. But if you like don't really know how to read it, but you've heard the song, then you just YOLO it and it just turns out somehow better. Yeah. Like yeah.
Huh.
It's probably just a me thing. I don't know.
No, but I think it's a new insight. I've never thought about it like that as well. So I really appreciate the sort of like a different perspective on.
I'm just more creative without thinking. Like I don't want to think.
It's a psychology major. I feel like there's a lot of contradictions right there. Going back to your sort of like creative process and stuff like that. Obviously, like nothing's really new nowadays. People like emulate from others. Is there something that you sort of like have, emulated, or you've like taken from other artists that you really like, or you still use to this day? If you know the answer to that question, that is. If it's a really weird question.
Do you mean like taking stuff as in like as a reference or like an inspiration?
Yeah, sort of like a thing that they do, like musically wise, and you've like sort of like adopted it into your own music and.
I think this goes back to vulnerability. Like, for example, Dean Lewis and James Arthur. Those two are my biggest inspirations for songwriting.
Yep.
It's just like, if you listen to their songs, it's very personal.
Yep.
And it's just, and even Louis Capaldi, for example, it's just, they don't write stuff which is for the media.
Yep.
They write stuff what they are feeling.
Yep.
And that just happens to go viral.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's something which I've taken away from that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Is there are you like working on like your next future, like any next projects, or because I know your single Ghost released last month, was it? Is there like anything new coming up that we should be waiting for?
So I'm actually, I've been hitting the studio pretty much regularly nowadays. Yeah. My next single is gonna come out this month, surely at the end of this month or the start of next month.
Oh,
yeah,
very exciting.
It's already like we're halfway through it, so it's going pretty well. And then I have an EP coming out this year,
very exciting. Actually, really excited for you.
Thank
how long
you.
have you been working on the EP?
Oh, so this has happened really fast actually, because well, I used to actually be a person with a lot of self-doubt.
Yep.
I used to never finish my songs. It was like till December last year I used to have like choruses which I just came up with, as I said. But I never went back and finished it.
Yeah.
But then later on, actually to Discord, I joined. So Dean Lewis has a Discord server, and
no fucking way.
yeah, no, but I joined that, and then there was this one time I got to speak to him on it, like 1-to-1.
Yeah.
And and I told him I'm a songwriter, and he made me like sing a part of my first song, Ghost.
Yeah.
And that was when it wasn't even finished. Ghost wasn't finished back then.
Yes.
And he was like, "No, you have to finish it."
Yeah.
And he literally spammed me every single day. Every single comment I used to put on his post, he used to reply to that being like, "Finish the song, Diva."
Oh, that's so cute though.
Yeah. And that is actually what got me to start off properly. And I started writing from there. So yeah, I've started writing properly, like finished songs only since December and last year, like this year. Like whatever, a few months ago.
Yeah.
That
time blurred. Yeah, no, that's really, really cool. Yeah, he sort of like encouraged you and sort of pushed you through,
definitely. He says this thing, and it's walk into the fire of life.
Yeah.
'Cause doing music is actually very uncomfortable. It's the feeling of like coming or like going on stage, for example, that anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like walking into the fire, but you have to walk into it to get somewhere in life.
Yeah.
And that's something what he said, and that's something which helped me. That's something I remind myself every single time. Like, no, Diva, you have to walk into the fire. You have to do it. Like, just go for it. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I wrote like 18 songs within the past 4 months.
Girl, what the that is crazy. I know, it's like all these like unleashed sort of like the self-doubt is gone, and you're like, shit, all my creative juices is just like all pent up and waiting.
Yeah, it just happened. Like I had like 18 songs ready to go now.
That is absolutely mad. Like, that is absolutely mad.
Yeah.
But have you performed live before, or
because my dad's a drummer, right?
Oh,
so
yeah, true, yeah.
I used to just get like to perform in like the shows which he used to do.
Yep.
They used to always give me like 1 or 2 songs to perform. When I was a kid, I used to suck again. But
no, don't say that. What the no, don't say that. Are you so I'm officially on air again. But I'm really interested to know like how since you have no music background and obviously you moved from Singapore, so and you live on res as well, so not to depict your life as really isolated and stuff, but you don't really have like sort of like a strong, musical support system as a lot of other people would, in Melbourne who are like already in the Melbourne scene. And I've been like I know you say you're going into the studio, like let us know a bit about how that's all going.
As I said, right, like this all just started a few months ago.
Yes.
So I've just started like booking in radios, like sorry, what am I saying? Studio bookings. Like I just go into the studio and I just like the last song I worked with another producer.
Yeah.
But this one I'm working with another producer, and I guess I'm just getting to know different people in the industry, kind of.
How do you get in contact with the producers? Oh, like
you just find them online.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, and then I just reached out to a bunch of them, sent them like demos.
Yep.
And you just go in and you see how you feel about it. And I feel like the producer I'm working with right now, we have like a similar kind of production kind of vibes.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's gonna go really, really good. Yeah.
In terms of like, cause obviously you've been sort of like creating music for yourself by yourself for like so long. How does it feel like I know you said that it was like a really good experience so far, but like, did you have any like hiccups?
Production wise, it's like getting the music done, and I just do not know how to do that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I need that person.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, so it's actually very creative. Like, I love creativity, right? So it's like, songs don't have to be like, what's in my head might sound different in someone else's head.
Yeah.
And that actually works out sometimes, because you get to brainstorm different ideas and try different types of instruments that could sound good in it, and
Yeah.
it just works out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I've ever faced any hiccups really.
Okay.
Like in social media, for example, as well, like I suck at social media. I do not know how people like go viral and stuff. Just not my thing.
Are you not semi-viral yourself?
My Instagram's doing decent. My TikTok,
I don't know how to do it, but like,
Ugh.
I think you're semi-viral. I've seen your Instagram page.
TikTok's flopping though.
TikTok's hard, I think.
Is it actually? Because people usually say TikTok's easier than Instagram.
I don't know. I use Instagram more, so like,
Exactly.
yeah, I use Instagram more.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like if your target audience isn't like 12s, you know, if your target audience is like, they all use Instagram. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I could be wrong. My friend says I'm a bit of a millennial, so
That's fair. But yeah, I have a friend who helps me a lot with social media, as I was telling you before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just brainstorm stuff, and she's just really good at editing and stuff. So I
Okay.
just record, and she's like, "Yeah, I got this. Don't worry."
Oh, that's really cute. I love that for you.
Yeah.
I think this could be a nice place to end. It's a really weird place to end. But I didn't want it to get weird. But thank you for coming in.
Slay.
I hope you come back when your EP
Oh, hell
drops.
yeah.
And then we can go through your EP one by one and dissect it.
Oh my
and
gosh.
be like, okay, Ghost was about